Hello, everybody. So, today we're taking a look at teaching through emotions. And the reason that I've decided for us to focus on this site, one, it's one of the virtual field trips that was scheduled for the syllabus. But two, obviously, with the current situation in the world, I thought this might be a particularly helpful resource for you all. This site is founded by a woman named Betsy Burris, who has her doctorate from Stanford, and I'm a fan of hers. Nancy and I had a chance to interview her for some other work we were doing a little over a year ago, and she brings a systems perspective to intersectional fields. She's quite interesting. Her PhD is in language literacy and culture program from the School of Ed at Stanford back in the late 90s, and her dissertation was actually on spontaneity in the classroom, a systems view of teachers knowing in action. So she was doing all the kinds of stuff we're learning about with Argyris and Schoen and action science, and she was bringing a feminist cognitive science approach with a systems view to these areas, right? So she has that systems lens to a lot of this, where she was exploring the roles that emotions and intuition play in teacher knowing, thinking, and acting. And while she doesn't get into that kind of academic jargon in her bio here, it's reflected in the ways in which she's using her intersectional spaces as a psychotherapist to help teachers think through systems views about what often causes teacher burnout. So, teaching through emotions, if you click on what is it and what is teaching through emotions, well, this is what she calls the psychological frames to coach teachers through tough feelings to more attuned and effective teaching. It's not psychotherapy, it's not life coaching. She calls it psycho coaching, right? So she's trying to introduce, she doesn't use the word systems frames, but it's systems frames, right? She's using psychological frames with the systems view. And she does really nice work. Even with the free materials that are available here, if you click on the blog, there's great material here. She doesn't overly post, but what she does post is really nice work here. And the articles are relatively short usually, they're to the point, and they offer systems perspectives on issues around, the emotionality of teaching and how to prevent burnout and dealing with emotions. So there's a lot of material here that could be useful for a classroom. If you want to get into some of the more nitty gritty, there are very affordable manuals here. If anyone actually decides to get this, please let us know because I'd be interested in seeing what's in here. There's also workshops and such that are offered through coaching. We haven't done those, but I'd be very curious what they're like. Again, they're very affordable, the rates that she charges. If any of you are interested in pursuing this, let us know. We'd be interested in what they look like. I know that she often does this for academic departments. She's often hired to walk into things like dysfunctional departments and academic settings and help faculty and others learn how to do exactly what we've been talking about, right? Work through organizational change and get at those culture pieces that we've been learning about. So if anybody decides to take her up on any of these offers, whether it's this manual or whether it's some of the actual coaching, please let us know. It'd be very interesting to learn what some of the actual detailed work that she does looks like. We've had the chance to talk to her individually and we've been reading her work, but I haven't explored beyond that. So would be very interested in that. If any of you are interested in maybe doing something like this as a group from our own class, that could be interesting as well. It might have applications to our work as NICs and some of the work that we would want to do beyond our own course. So again, I think there's a lot here that could be of use to us for what is free and what may be available at a very affordable price. And I hope this could be of use to you all in our current world.